Welcome, you guys, to my show, Forest and You. I'm Carlos Zolos. I'll be hosting tonight's show like I do every other night. Today is a very touching subject to me. It's deforestation. I have a movie producer and an actor, both turned activists, coming on today to talk about deforestation and the different effects it has on our world. First, I have Brittany Hedrick, and she wants to talk about deforestation and anthropogenic effects. Now, welcome her to my show. Hey, Brittany.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
Now, Brittany, what is deforestation? Can you define that for us?
Deforestation is when large amounts of trees are removed from the earth, which causes a lot of damage to the quality of the land. With the loss of all these trees, it causes things such as climate change, soil erosion, and increased greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. Also, by removing all these trees, we are destroying the homes of all these plants and animal species. A lot of plants and animals live in these forests and will lose their habitats by deforestation.
I'm glad you brought that up, Brittany. I actually researched about biodiversity and the effects deforestation has on it. First, I want to define biodiversity. Biodiversity is the variety of life. There are two types of biodiversity: genetic diversity and ecological diversity. Genetic biodiversity is the variation in genes that exist within a species. Biodiversity is a diversity of ecosystems, natural communities, and habitats. Deforestation affects both types of biodiversity, causing a decrease in genes of species because some species are becoming extinct due to deforestation. That is detrimental to humans because without a diversity of pollinators and plants and soils, we would have less produce. Biodiversity boosts ecosystem productivity, whereas each species, no matter how small, all have an important role to play. A large number of plant species means a greater variety of crops. Greater species diversity ensures natural sustainability for all life forms. Biodiversity allows for humans to live on Earth. It cleans water, absorbs chemicals which wetlands do, providing oxygen for us to breathe. Biodiversity also allows for ecosystems to adjust to disturbances like extreme fires and floods. Healthy ecosystems can better withstand and recover from a variety of disasters. A healthy biodiversity provides a number of natural services for everyone, such as ecosystem services such as protection of water sources, soil formation and protection, nutrient storage and recycling, pollution breakdown and absorption, and contributes to climate stability and maintenance of ecosystems. Most medical discoveries to cure disease and lengthen lifespans were made because of research into plant and animal biology and genetics. You guys might have seen her commercial on, various TV shows. She's the one responsible for
The deforestation
commercial, which looks like.
Do you know what happens when trees are removed from the earth? Clearing large amounts of the earth's trees causes so much damage to the land, atmosphere, and the plants and animals living in these forests. This is known as deforestation, and we need to put a stop to this. Many plants and animal species are dying because they are losing their habitats. Every time large amounts of trees are removed, the homes of these plants and animals are destroyed. These are crucial to the living environments because they regulate temperature, and the removal of them can cause drastic temperature changes from day to night. This can be fatal for some species of plants and animals. Join us today to help fight against deforestation, to save the lives of these poor creatures.
I'm going to bring out my next guest, Rachel Lynn, who is a actress turned activist.
Hi.
Hi Rachel, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Deforestation changes how the land looks, we know that. But tell me more about the other ways it affects things that we do not know about.
Okay, well, first off, the ground surface temperature changes. We all know that deforestation changes the atmospheric temperature, but most people don't know it also changes the ground surface temperature.
I do.
And so basically we measure the ground surface temperature by measuring the top layer of the ground, so where all the soil is. And in several sites where we track the ground surface temperature, we've noticed that increased in lands where it's been deforested. And in places where reforestation does not occur, the increase in temperature remains permanent.
How does this affect the land?
Well, the chemistry in the soils change after deforestation occurs. Scientists have surveyed the Zagros region in Iran, and which used to consist of thousands, like forests that were thousands of years old, but they were cleared out for agricultural purposes. This decreased the soil quality in the land, so it became more prone to erosion, loss of nutrients, soil compaction, and a lot more. The amount of organic matter also decreased in these lands, and the amount of nitrogen, it decreased a lot as well. Therefore, the composition of the soil changed.
Well, this must affect the hydrological cycle if soil is affected.
Yeah, trees in tropical rainforests transpire, which means they extract water from the soil and put it back into the atmosphere. And 25 to 50% of the rainfall in these regions also go through evapotranspiration, but also creates a decrease in air pressure. So moisture from the forested land around it travels in. So this changes how the water goes through the region, through the air and the soil and the trees, and that's how the hydrological cycle gets skewed. So yeah, that's it.
Oh.
But yeah, I actually have a video of me in the Amazon that I can show you. Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna put that on right now for you guys.
Okay.
Here you go.
Well, it's nice seeing you.
You too.
Hi.
Hi, Rachel here from the Amazon. As you can tell, on my excursion, I've been traveling through forested lands. Here is where evapotranspiration happens. Trees extract water from the ground and eventually put it back into the atmosphere. Today is a perfect day. As you can see, it's really cloudy. And over here, I have found deforested land. As you can tell, the land is really barren. There's nothing to hold the soil together, and it looks a lot more dry than that land over there. As you can see, because the land is so barren, this chemistry of the soil changes. It's a lot more dry, a lot more ions are being released, and life is gone. Okay. Goodbye from the Amazon.
For the last part of my show, I have my musical guest Kyla here with her new single,
The Green Trees.
The Green Trees.
Yes.
And she wants to talk about what she means in the song.
Oh, thanks, guys. Thanks. Well, thank you for having me, Zell. This has been a great, great day. So, The Green Trees is a song about deforestation and how it plays into the carbon cycle and the greenhouse gases surrounding the earth. Mass deforestation started about 700 years ago, actually, in South America on the Easter Island. They just tried to clear out all the trees on the island, and it just sounds really intense. And, since then, the human race has just kind of really taken advantage of it. And you can see in pictures, if you just even go online and search, you can search deforestation changes, and over 10 years you can see the progress that humans have made. And it's just really sad. And, it just contributes to the greenhouse gases in a really, really harmful way. For those of you that don't know, I'll give you guys a little bit of background on the greenhouse gas effect. So when the sun radiates its energy and shows you all the light of the world, it sends an infrared radiation to our Earth, and some of that radiation, about 30% to be exact, is reflected back into the atmosphere. But greenhouse gases are about a layer of these gases surrounding the Earth, and they trap the infrared radiation. And then it causes Earth's temperature to increase. And, you know, greenhouse gases are natural for the most part. There's a lot of natural ones, but we are expediting the process, and we are creating too much to where the, you know, threat of global warming comes in. And I just really breaks my heart.
It's okay.
So anyway, okay, I've composed myself. I'm so sorry. Just a really passionate topic for me.
I like it.
So deforestation, relating back to that and greenhouse gases, contributes to carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, because the trees, they are cut down and they're either, you know, burned up or they decay, which is done by us, and they release that carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, and it just gets trapped up there, and just keep doing it. That's what we've been doing. So I wanted to share my single with you, The Green Trees, and I wanted to just show it to the world and let everybody know what's really going on with our trees and our atmosphere.
I appreciate it. Thanks for coming on my show.
Of course. Enjoy, guys. Thank you.
Another tree is being cut down in Brazil. Now there's more CO2 to suffocate the world. Greenhouse gases are not things I'd like to test. The atmosphere will say screw you if we cut the rest. There's carbon in those trunks and leaves, it's released when they decay. I hope you realize where it all goes. It's been no secret that global temperature's on the rise. 18% of it from forests shrinking in size. Humans have expedited the carbon cycle for years. Deforestation will just help us disappear. There's carbon in those trunks and leaves, released when they decay. Hope you realize where it all goes. There's carbon in those trunks and leaves, released when they decay. I hope you realize where it all goes. There's carbon in those trunks and leaves, released when they decay. I hope we can reforest Earth today.